good way to wake up.
If you're hurt in a car wreck,
call Hughes and Coleman. 800-800-4600.
Studies show when you use a lawyer, you get more money.
More money than you can get on your own. Up to 3 times more money. That's a whole lot of ice cream. Call now.
800-800-4600.
What's that number?
800-800-4600.
Call right now.
800-800-4600.
Hurt in a car wreck?
Call right now. 800-800-4600.
800-800-4600.
It's everything you want in a sofa. And so much more. Yeah, it's an obsession. We're Designer Looks Furniture, and we're obsessed with making sure everyone can kick back on reclining sofas that look like this at a price that's as comfortable as this. How's that feel?
We're Designer Looks. Designer furniture without the designer prices. Available at Value City Furniture.
Today at 3, multiple students and a driver are in various hospitals this afternoon after a school bus crashed this morning in Magoffin County. Plus, with the cold weather, how one group is working to make sure those without a shelter have what they need to stay warm. And the 35th annual Big Blue Crush Blood Drive is back. We'll hear from the Kentucky Blood Center about its importance.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Good to see the sunshine returning on this Monday after a very cloudy, dreary, and cold weekend. Still unseasonably chilly air, and could see another round of chilly showers heading into Tuesday. Your storm team forecast is on the way.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. ABC 36 News at 3 starts now.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. We're learning more about a serious bus crash this morning in Magoffin County that sent more than a dozen students and the driver to various hospitals. It's our top story today at 3. We begin with ABC 36's Anna Medina, who joins us live from the scene to tell us more about what happened. Anna?
Mike, you.
Erica, the accident happening here on Route 40 in Salyersville here in Magoffin County. Now, earlier today, we learned that there were 18 students on board, including a bus driver, sustaining different injuries. Earlier today, there was also a press conference where Kentucky State Police kind of talked about what happened in the accident.
The initial investigation indicates the school bus was traveling westbound on Kentucky Route 40 when it exited the roadway and went over an embankment. The 18 children ranging from elementary, middle.
Mike, you.
Now, I'm going to show you a little bit about what the bus looks like right now. This is it. This is where the 18 students and the bus driver were on. Now, Caitlin Shive has more on what the injuries that the students sustained, including the bus driver. Caitlin?
Thank you, Anna. As you said, there were 18 students on that bus and a bus driver. I'm going to step out of the way so you can get a different angle here as to what is going on at this scene behind me as they try and pull this bus out of the steep ditch and are getting ready to try and tow it away. But here's what we know about the injuries so far. We're told the injuries vary in severity. The Magoffin County Judge Executive tells us there are 4 critical injuries and 2 to 3 serious injuries. The rest are non-life-threatening. Magoffin County School Superintendent Chris Edwards says the ages of the students varies from elementary age to high school age. He says the bus driver is a full-time employee and was flown to a hospital to be treated. Officials say most students were taken to ARH Paul B. Hall Hospital and Pikeville Medical Center. I spoke to a family member of one of the students. The student, a 16-year-old girl, suffered a brain bleed and has been intubated and will be flown to UK Hospital for further care. It's a very terrifying situation for these students and for those back at school who may have to get on a bus to go home later today. But Superintendent Edwards says help is available to those students.
One of our local medical offices, Frontier, called our office immediately following the accident and offered their services. And we contacted principals in each of the buildings and made them aware of that service.
And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on the conditions of the student and the bus driver as we know more and more details on the scene as it's available to us. But for now, live in Magoffin County, Caitlin Shive, ABC 36 News.
Good a check on that forecast now with our chief meteorologist, T.G. Shuck. We know it's still chilly out there, but that sunshine is back, and boy, that's making a big difference for a lot of folks.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't see any sun, as you very well know, over the course of the weekend. We got below the 40-degree mark at about 6 a.m. on Saturday and stayed there until the sun came up this morning and finally got us above there. As we cleared things out, some frosty ground here, Central Kentucky. Nice shot from Terry Allgood. You notice the cloudiness going away, so we got a good bit of sunshine, a few higher clouds here and there, and we'll see some cloudiness begin to build in as we get deeper into the evening and especially overnight. But you see on our Blue Guys Care Navigator Skyview HD camera network, much more like it out there today. Our Hickson Funson cam checking out Hamburg up to 47, so it feels really good comparatively speaking to those low and mid 30s that we were dealing with for afternoon highs the last couple of days. Most spots mid to upper 40s. We've got another system coming our way. It looks like for the most part it's just going to be a chilly rain event. I actually think temperatures will bottom out with mainly clear skies. Our low will be around midnight, and then as the cloudiness thickens up, we could see a little bit of a mix with a few flakes in there in spots, especially, I'd say, north of Lexington early tomorrow morning. Otherwise, it'll just be kind of a cold rain. And once again, clouds are going to settle in, and the colder air isn't going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately. I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day coming up.
Well, Lexington is extending its emergency winter weather plan through Wednesday morning. It means shelters have added capacity to take in anyone who needs a warm place to stay. Meantime, the YMCA of Central Kentucky is collecting donations to help provide warmth and relief to those who need it most. Starting Wednesday, donations will be accepted to benefit the Catholic Action Center. Donations include sleeping bags, new or gently used, hand warmers, and new thermal underwear for all ages. During extreme cold, the Catholic Action Center's Compassionate Caravan reaches out to campsites and places where those without a place to stay, bringing them supplies. Donations can be dropped off at any of the 5 YMCA of Central Kentucky locations on your screen Wednesday through December 16th. You can view them here. We've also shared them in this web story at WTVQ.com. Condolences continue to pour in for longtime Somerset High School football coach Robbie Lucas, who passed away this weekend. Somerset High School athletics saying in part, quote, Coach Lucas has been a part of the Somerset High School football program for more than 20 years and served as its head coach the last 14 seasons. The statement goes on to say he led the Briar Jumpers to 7 regional titles, a state runner-up, and the school's first football state championship. The legacy Coach Lucas leaves behind and the impact he has had on the lives of the hundreds of players that had the privilege to call him coach cannot be overstated. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and Briar Jumpers everywhere. You can read additional condolences in this web story at WTVQ.com. The Kentucky Blood Center's 35th annual Big Blue Crush Blood Drive is officially underway. Remember, it's that friendly competition between UK fans and Tennessee Vols fans. Wildcats are encouraged to donate blood anytime now through Friday. Kentucky is looking to get its 3rd Big Blue Crush win after losing to the Vols last year, but more importantly, to help boost the blood supply for the upcoming holiday season when supply tends to be lower.
It really is an easy process. I'm a big believer that folks want to give back and help their community. And this is something that doesn't cost any money to do. It just takes a little bit of your time. By the time you're in the door and out, it only takes about an hour. And there's very few things that are going to have as big of an impact. The way we split our blood, you could save up to 3 lives with 1 donation. And so if you're looking to give back and make a positive impact, I can't think of anything better than donating with Kentucky Blood Center.
Donors can give at any of the 8 KBC donor centers or any mobile drive throughout the week. As an extra incentive, all Big Blue Crush donors will receive a special edition football school long sleeve shirt. You'll also be entered to win 4 tickets to the UK Louisville football game on November 26th at Kroger Field. Walk-ins are accepted, but you are encouraged to make an appointment. For more information, just click on this story at WTVQ.com. Now for a look at what we're working on tonight, our Paxton Boyd joins us here in studio. And Paxton, what are we taking a look at?
Hey there, Erica. Well, coming up tonight at 5, prices at the pump. We'll take a look at gas prices in the United States compared to what they are here in Kentucky right now. How much have prices dropped in the last month, if at all? We'll have the latest numbers for you. Plus, the latest on that shooting at the University of Virginia's campus. Police arresting the suspected gunman after 3.
Dress up your holiday season with the experts at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal for beautifully smooth skin. Using the most advanced pain-free technology for permanent hair reduction. So ditch the razor, use the laser at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal.
It's a fact. 2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. You could be missing out. Now, Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checkup to make sure you receive all the benefits you qualify for in 2023. Call 1-800-878-5180 today and receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-800-878-5180 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2023. You can receive extra benefits for a $0 monthly premium like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. Call 1-800-878-5180 and make sure you're not missing out.
Everything about how we drive is changing, and it's changing fast. Driver assistance technology is already here, and full self-driving cars and trucks are upon us. I'm attorney Darryl Isaacs. The unknowns are still great, but Isaacs & Isaacs is ready, so we don't get blindsided. And neither do you. Isaacs & Isaacs, ready to fight for our clients, no matter what the future brings.
Call 877-ALL-7s or WeWin.com.
There's a special comfort that comes with the holiday season. Toward the end of every year, we stop our hectic world for family, food, and fellowship. At Critchfield Meats Family Market, we'd be delighted to prepare your holiday feast. Whether you want a hand with the main course or need us to prepare the whole meal, we'll make our traditional family recipes for you. From juicy turkeys and country hams to cornbread, dressing, and sweet potato casserole. Let the Critchfield family bring the comforts of the season to you. Critchfield Meats, a Lexington family tradition.
Dress up your holiday season with the experts at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal for beautifully smooth skin. Using the most advanced pain-free technology for permanent hair reduction. So ditch the razor, use the laser at Kentucky Laser Hair Removal.
Welcome back. TG has a look at that forecast in just a moment. But first, in some parts of Florida, damage assessments from Hurricane Nicole are outpacing Hurricane Ian. For one county down there, that total is approaching $500 million.
Yeah, Daytona Beach, which Volusia County, that's where that's located. It's asking residents to stay off beaches, not only because of the danger from damaged structures, but also possible debris in the water. The county property appraiser has submitted the initial damage assessment from Nicole. Their total dollar figure is about $481 million. And of course, that eclipses Hurricane Ian's $377 million, obviously, for that part of the state. Remember, they got lashed pretty good with it even after making landfall with Ian back in late September.
They sure did. In addition to the hundreds of millions of dollars in property damage, 5 deaths have also been attributed to Hurricane Nicole as well. Oof.
Yeah, it's been a rough go for folks down in Florida. Well, kind of a shock to the system, to say the least, over the course of the weekend. Yeah,
Cold.
It was once those 30s settled in, and that's what you get as we make this transition fall even into the winter season. You get that low-level moisture, that cloud deck locked in, and it's just really hard to move temperatures. Yeah. That's why it was nice to see.
At least it looks pretty.
The sunshine out there today. Yeah, looking really pretty here on our Bluegrass Care Navigators Skyview HD camera network. Checking out the Kentucky Horse Park there, looking good. Had some nice pictures from earlier this morning. Cold sunrise. This from Ellen Stanley Sears. Again, just a really, really pretty shot there. So overall, looking good. Our temperatures out at the Kentucky Horse Park here, 47. So we've got a light easterly wind, but with that sun making all the difference. Yesterday, we were stuck in the low and mid 30s. mid and upper 40s right now. Now, looking at the big picture here, high pressure was at the surface, but we had that low-level moisture locked in. It is in control for the time being, but you see all this moisture out to the west and southwest, and yeah, they've got snow flying around again in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City had some late last week. They're going to do it all again this evening and tonight. So quiet for the rest of the evening. Notice how temperatures drop off to around freezing, but then the clouds sticking up, and you see most of this is green in the liquid form. I think initially probably areas north of Lexington, maybe back toward Louisville, mixing in a few flakes in, but that's it. And then we'll just see some chilly rain showers, which is not a bad thing that it's rain, because we could use it to continue to chip away from the drought situation, or at the drought situation, but nevertheless, it'll be kind of a raw day. Now, once that system clears, we've got another little spoke, some upper-level energy rotating through, so that's going to mean some additional cold air and flurries. That'll keep us in the 30s on Wednesday, and yet again on Thursday. It'll be similar to what we had over the course of the weekend, locked in with a low cloud cover, and as a result, mid-30s will do it for afternoon highs, maybe a flurry or two. That's about it. Note this front here to the northwest. Not going to see anything in the way of rainfall or snowfall out of it, but what that will do is bring a reinforcing shot of colder air in on Friday, just in time for the early part of the weekend. Looking at the big picture, heading toward Thanksgiving next week, even though a lot of the data is starting to trend a few degrees warmer. In general, we're going to be well below average. The below average temperatures are going to continue heading into next week. 33 overnight, clouds increase, late rain, maybe a mix up north again, that early morning mix and just chilly showers, 42. And the extended forecast here, again, locked in with a cloud cover. Wednesday, Thursday, there's that front coming through on Friday. Thus your upper teens on Saturday morning. Game day, of course, huge game with Kentucky and Georgia Saturday afternoon out at Kroger Field. Even with some sunshine around, temperatures are only going to be in the mid and upper 30s, and we do creep back into the low 40s early next week.
All right, thanks, TG. Up next, the latest from Capitol Hill, where Democrats have secured control of the Senate, while control of the House is still up for grabs. Plus, which race Jeff Young is now throwing his name in following his unsuccessful race for Kentucky's 6th congressional district last week.
Watch What You Eatin' every Wednesday on Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon. Brought to you by Zucker.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including up to $900 added back to your Social Security check each year. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $900 back in your Social Security check each year. And so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-424-5281 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $900 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-877-424-5281. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-424-5281. Call today. WellCare. Medicare done well.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has the gifts to make this your most fun Christmas ever. From game tables to bikes to team sports and the best from Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour, golf, and grills. We've got everybody covered this holiday. Merry Christmas from everyone at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shock.
Well, Jeff Young has announced he plans to run for governor of Kentucky. Young recently announced his run for governor on Twitter this weekend, stating his first opponent in the primary is, quote, the incumbent, not yet indicted felon, Governor Andy Beshear. Young also calling Beshear the most corrupt, incompetent Kentucky governor in the last 100 years. Well, this comes after Young's unsuccessful run against Congressman Andy Barr for the 6th congressional district seat just last week. Young will face Beshear in the primary next year as a Democratic candidate. Now to the latest on the midterm elections and the major development that the Democrats are retaining control of the Senate, winning Nevada in a nail-biter to give them at least 50 seats. But control of the House, that's still up for grabs. Rachel Scott has the details.
Democrats celebrating a narrow victory after beating the odds and defying history to secure the majority in the Senate.
I'm not surprised by the turnout. I'm incredibly pleased.
Nevada handing Republicans the crushing blow. Democratic Senator Catherine Cortez Masto winning re-election, defeating Republican Adam Laxalt in one of the tightest races in the country.
Whether you voted for me or not, I will always fight for you. Always.
With Senator Mark Kelly's win in Arizona, Democrats now have 50 seats, with a chance to pick up one more in Georgia's runoff election next month.
Our message is the same. This election is about who's ready and who's fit to serve the people of Georgia.
6 days after the midterms, Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker back out on the campaign trail.
If you voted last time, go vote for me again. But tell the people that didn't vote for me, they need to vote for me.
It's all far from the red wave Republicans were hoping for. At least 30 of President Trump's hand-picked candidates lost, including several high-profile election deniers. Now Republicans are grappling with what went wrong.
What I think people said was, look, we can work on these policies later, but as Americans, we got to fix extremism right now.
Others blaming turnout.
Election day, our voters didn't show up. We didn't get enough voters. It's a complete disappointment.
Republicans were focused on the number one issue for voters, record high inflation. But in exit polls, abortion ranked a strong second. Control of the House is still up for grabs. 18 races still not called. Republicans only need to win 7. But Democrats say they're still in the fight.
Well, after the break, a look at the Kentucky State Police Foundation's Gold for Gray Gala over the weekend. We'll have more on how much money was raised and also where that funding will go right after this.
Corvin's Furniture and Flooring has the largest flooring selection and in-stock inventory for your home at the lowest prices. Waterproof vinyl plank, hardwood, laminate, carpet, you name it, we've got it. Corvin's Furniture and Flooring, now in Lexington.
Every time I got paid at work, they kept my money for Social Security taxes. So when I had medical problems, I thought I'd get Social Security disability. Wrong. They turned me down. So I called 855 Wildcat. They got Social Security to pay me.
Today, more and more Kentuckians are being denied. You want an experienced Social Security lawyer. You want Kentucky courage.
Call 800-55-WILDCAT, Morgan, Collins, Yeast, and Salyer.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
Hello, friends. We love this time of year because it reminds us of how much we have to be grateful for.
By now, you're familiar with the great work being done by our friends at the Christian Appalachian Project. They are a blessing in the lives of so many people struggling with food insecurity, basic housing needs, and more challenges brought on by the pandemic, flooding, and tornadoes in Appalachia.
Join us in sharing the gift of love with those in need this holiday season. Volunteer or donate today at christianapp.org.
I was driving home from practice, and I remember seeing this car coming right towards me, and a huge, loud, I knew with my injuries that I wasn't going to be able to play. Having my career cut short by a drunk driver was the worst part of my life. I knew if there was, one firm to get me justice and to get me compensated for that, it was going to be Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan has definitely really helped me in the toughest, darkest moments of my life. Those guys were there for me. I'm Chandler Parsons, and I chose Morgan & Morgan.
At Corbin's Furniture and Flooring, we've been family-owned and operated for over 30 years. Stop by our showroom for the best prices, brands, and furniture finds for any home. As the largest stocking store in the state, anything you like can be taken home today. Corbin's Furniture and Flooring, now in Lexington.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shock.
Hey, welcome back. In today's Erica Explores, we're taking you out to the Kentucky State Police Foundation's Gold for Gray Gala.
Yeah, it took place Saturday night at the Central Bank Center here in Lexington, of course, and Erica was one of the celebrity auctioneers.
According to the KSP Foundation, very preliminary numbers show the gala raised more than $100,000 for that event. Pretty impressive. That does include the live and silent auctions, donations, and also sponsorships.
And the proceeds will go toward a new driver training skills pad for the KSP. Right now, the agency has to borrow other agencies' tracks or travel out of state in order to use one.
And this video here in particular, you can see they also gave away a KSP mini cruiser, cool, which was very fun to do.
So, for full disclosure here, what were the items that you were responsible for?
Mine?
Auctioning?
I had two. I had a nice Glock and a puppy.
Yeah.
So home defense.
The gun was there, but the puppy was not, right?
Yeah, both did very, very well.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just an awesome event there. Beautifully decorated, you can see, and more importantly, the proceeds and where they're going to. So super awesome. I was very excited to be part of that.
Well, I was going to say, and I met up with Erica and Paxton after the fact, and of course, Little Miss was dressed to the nines here and everything, and looking very, very nice. So,
thank you.
Yeah, it looked like a great event. You
really
were telling me that it was really spectacular. So good stuff for them.
Absolutely. Stick around. We've got to look at your headlines right after this.
Tonight on ABC.
I know this is the first time you're talking about January 6th.
Mike Pence, David Muir.
They were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." What does that say about the president?
The ABC News Special, tonight at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Right now at Rally's, buy one Big Buford, get a second one for just $1. At last, a sequel that lives up to your expectations. Buy one, get one for $1 Big Bufords. You've earned it. Get Rally's delivered through our rewards app.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. If you have or are eligible for Medicaid, please listen closely. You may be eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare with a zero or low plan premium. Call now. We can answer your questions and help you enroll over the phone. WellCare provides access to essential benefits that go beyond original Medicare, such as dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage with free home delivery. Free over-the-counter healthcare items, free groceries with a healthy food card, free gym membership, and home-delivered meals. Plus, extra benefits like more access to care with free transportation and WellCare's telehealth services, including online doctor visits. WellCare is contracted with Medicare to provide plans that may be perfect for you. Call 1-877-281-9602. Now, that's 1-877-281-9602. WellCare, Medicare done well.
There's a special comfort that comes with the holiday season. Toward the end of every year, we stop our hectic world for family, food, and fellowship. At Critchfield Meats Family Market, we'd be delighted to prepare your holiday feast. Whether you want a hand with the main course or need us to prepare the whole meal, we'll make our traditional family recipes for you. From juicy turkeys and country hams to cornbread, dressing, and sweet potato casserole. Let the Critchfield family bring the comforts of the season to you. Critchfield Meats, a Lexington family tradition.
The Martin family has been in the trucking industry for over 3 generations. My grandfather started this company selling salvage parts in the 1960s, and we're celebrating over 20 years as a Peterbilt dealer. Although we've grown and changed over the years, our focus has always been on you. We get it. When your truck's down, you're not making money. That's why we keep thousands of quality parts in stock so you can get back on the road as soon as possible. At Martin's Peterbilt, relationships matter, and that's why we've been around for generations. Come see us.
Right now at Rally's, buy one Big Buford, get a second one for just $1. At last, a sequel that lives up to your expectations. Buy one, get one for $1 Big Bufords. You've earned it. Get Rally's delivered through our rewards app.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. ABC 36 News at 3 starts now.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. We're learning more about a serious bus crash this morning in Magoffin County that sent more than a dozen students and the driver to various hospitals. It's our top story today at 3. Kentucky State Police says it was notified about that crash just before 7:30 this morning on Route 40 near Salyersville. Investigators say the bus left the road for unknown reasons and went over an embankment. The driver and 18 students from elementary to high schoolers were on that bus. Their injuries range from minor to critical. The district says the school bus does not have seatbelts.
The initial investigation indicates the school bus was traveling westbound on Kentucky Route 40 when it exited the roadway and went over an embankment. The driver and 18 children ranging from elementary, middle, high school were all on the bus at the time of the collision. Injuries of the occupants of the bus were ranged from minor to critical injuries. The details of this collision are still under investigation. When we have further details released, we'll update the press release at that time.
A collision reconstruction unit has been out there all day. It is still investigating. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more. Talk some weather now as we head back over to our chief meteorologist, T.J. Shuck. Cold, still chilly out there on this Monday.
Well, I'm sure people woke up this morning and was like, hey, what's that big orange glow in the sky?
Yeah,
and everything being relative, there's nothing worse than being nearly 80 last Wednesday, and then you get trapped in that low cloud cover. We stay in the 30s. Literally, we dropped below the 40-degree mark at about 6 a.m. on Saturday morning and never made it above until mid-morning today. So you know it if you were out and about. But this was sunrise. Adam Vessel's, hey, it's the sun. And yeah, we've had a good bit of it today, which is very welcome. But you can see here on the regional radar and satellite loop, you've got some clouds beginning to build and even a few specks of green back into Missouri. That's ahead of that next system that will arrive late this evening, more so late tonight and into the day tomorrow. It will bring additional rain, but it looks like it's going to be a chilly rain. Bluegrass Care Navigator, Skyview HD Camera Network, Mount Sterling, Montgomery County, looking good, 45. Again, we're still a good 10, 12 degrees below average for this time of the year. Everything being relative, though, the warm spot there, Somerset at 50, so temperatures feeling pretty good. I think with mainly clear skies, we're actually going to drop our temperatures off to around the freezing mark midnight or so, and that'll be the low. As the clouds build in and kind of act as a blanket, temperatures may come up into the mid-30s by tomorrow morning. Could see a bit of a mix, meaning a few flakes mixed in with some of the rain, but I really think the bulk of the area will get some chilly showers, and then clouds, we're going to kind of sock those in again for the midweek with more 30s. Tell you about that in the 7-day coming up.
Responder Safety Week, and firefighters and paramedics are reminding people to use caution while driving to help keep first responders safe. The International Association of Firefighters says nearly once a week, a first responder is killed while attempting to clear a crash scene. Many more sustain life-altering injuries. That initiative is designed to raise public awareness and help keep firefighters, paramedics, and other road responders and the public safe. Drivers are encouraged to do their part to protect themselves and responders by slowing down, moving over, and staying alert when approaching traffic incidents. Responders are also encouraged to stay updated on best practices for staying safe. In eastern Kentucky, as debris removal continues after historic flooding in late July, community drop-off sites are set to close. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says crews are making significant progress on debris removal, but today is the final day. Community drop-off sites will accept eligible flood debris. That includes in Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, and Perry counties. You can find a list of drop-off sites and other resources for flood victims on the state's website listed there on your screen. Those who still need flood debris or demolition materials removed from private property should contact their local fiscal court for more information. Governor Andy Beshear signing a proclamation today dedicating this week as Family Engagement in Education Week in Kentucky. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman sharing these photos, saying on social media in part, quote, "Our schools cannot succeed without families, and our families need schools to help their kids succeed. We're all in this together." A suspect is now in custody after gunfire erupted at the University of Virginia, killing at least 3 people. The school's president has confirmed the alleged gunman is a student. Alexis Christophoulos has the latest.
Authorities now taking Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. into custody, a student at the University of Virginia who police allege shot at least 5 people on a campus bus, killing 3.
They were Devin Chandler, a second year from Virginia Beach, Virginia, Lavelle Davis, a third-year student from Ridgeville, South Carolina, and Deshaun Perry, a fourth-year student from Miami, Florida. All 3 were members of the football team.
I have 2 people shot. One person's at the UVA box office, lay down, and one person's at the Culver's garage, shot in the chest. Another woman shot where you shot at, in her leg.
The shots first reported at 10:30 p.m. at a garage near the center of campus in Charlottesville.
I heard the gunshots when they originally happened. I'm terrified. I have no words. I never thought I'd be in that kind of situation. It's like I'm calling my family, my friends.
The university has canceled all classes today. Authorities lifted a shelter-in-place order this morning after searching campus grounds for the suspect.
It's sad that we have to go through this as college students. It's always been a fear of mine growing up.
Multiple law enforcement agencies, including the ATF and Virginia State Police, are involved in the investigation. Authorities have not released a possible motive for the shooting. Alexis Christophoulos, ABC News, New York.
Tour, including a stop in Lexington. The 3-time Grammy and Emmy award-winning singer will make her way to Rupp Arena on April 22nd next year. Tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. online at lizzomusic.com. Her 2023 tour includes a stop in 17 cities. Well, as you ponder what to eat for dinner tonight or perhaps a late lunch, you may want to consider a cheesy slice of goodness. Lexington Pizza Week is officially underway. This year's week-long celebration includes 14 restaurants, each location offering 2 unique off-menu slices for $6 a slice. Most also have a meat and vegetarian option. Some also have a personal pizza option. If you'd like to take a closer look at this year's menu, visit LexingtonPizzaWeek.net. The week-long foodie holiday runs through Sunday. Meantime, Blue Run Spirits is expanding its rye whiskey portfolio with the release of Emerald Rye. It marks the first Blue Run rye whiskey to be contract distilled by Blue Run liquid advisor Jim Rutledge at Castle and Key Distillery in Frankfort. It's also the first Blue Run rye to be bottled at Barrel Proof. Blue Run Emerald Rye is available at select retailers in the U.S. and online at BlueRunSpirits.com beginning Tuesday afternoon at 3. It retails for $109.99 and it's barrel proof at 116.7 proof. Well, coming up, how effective are the new boosters for the Omicron strain of COVID-19? Plus, hospitals across the country are filling up as respiratory illnesses continue to spread. More on how you can stay safe.
Well, a beautiful Monday out there, and with all that sunshine, that really helped our afternoon highs to recover nicely into the mid to upper 40s, still below average, but way better than this weekend. Unfortunately, we're headed back to kind of what we had the last couple of days. I'll tell you more about that in your 7-day coming up.
Coming up on the next Lee and Haley show, we ask the question, is there such a thing as being too nice?
And we're getting into the Thanksgiving spirit. We have the answer of the definitive best Thanksgiving side item.
Moorhead is more than just home to a great university. Matter of fact, there's a lot more. Moorhead is an official Kentucky trail town, surrounded by the Daniel Boone National Forest, where you can explore the Sheltowee Trace National Recreation Trail, experience Main Street, plus all the local shops, eateries, and more. Witness the massive Cave Run Lake, known as the musky capital of the South. Journey into the Shallow Flats Wildlife Viewing Area, and roam the woodlands of Rodburn Hollow Park. See for yourself why there's more to Moorhead.
We open them and pour them out. Hearts are important, and we at Cleveland Clinic put all of ours into finding the right answers. Our world-class team is specialized in treating the most complex heart cases, like Matthew's.
I had 5 open heart surgeries. First one, age 6. My last one was age 32. Didn't think I'd ever feel good again. My primary care physician got me a second opinion at Cleveland Clinic. I should have come long before.
From the most advanced surgical techniques and research to an unmatched record of successful treatments.
The passion they had, the confidence, knowing they could fix me was second to none. You saved my life.
For every diagnosis, for every heart, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic. If you've been diagnosed with a heart condition, call 833-856-CARE.
You need a car, but you also need it to work. Here at New Circle Auto Sales, we have got the car for you. We are a family-owned business, and here we want to treat you like family. We have our own service department, our own detail shop. We service all our cars before we put them out for sale. Our sales staff will work with you to make sure you get the best finance you deserve. We have great selections of today's top auto brands and a variety of used cars for almost every budget. So come to New Circle Auto Sales for a reliable transportation from a dealer you can trust.
If you suffer from depression and juggle medications that don't seem to work, you may be a candidate for ketamine. The physicians at the Bluegrass Ketamine Center treat their patients with intravenous doses of ketamine that produce robust and rapid antidepressant effects within just a few hours after the first treatment. Side effects associated with traditional antidepressants, such as lack of libido, weight gain, dry mouth, and insomnia, are not associated with ketamine. Ketamine provides rapid, real relief. To see if ketamine is right for you, contact the Bluegrass Ketamine Center today.
Back over to our chief meteorologist, D.G. Shuck, for a look at that forecast. Yep, it's chilly, mid-November now already, if you can also believe that.
And you got to remember that we were well above average for a few weeks.
And
remember a couple of weeks ago we were kidding about, you're going to need the parka soon.
Yep.
We're like, yeah. But remember, last Wednesday, it was almost 80 degrees. And then within less than 72 hours, we're socked in with the clouds, with the 30s, at least the sun back today. But already, this active weather pattern is going to pick back up again. Another wave of energy coming our way, mainly a chilly rain, some mix early on. If you remember on Saturday morning, didn't really catch much except for some snow flying around late morning, early afternoon here in the Bluegrass. Over by Louisville, southern Indiana, they had a 1 to 3 inch grassy area accumulation. The best chance of any flakes, I think, will be Lexington northward. Cold, cloudy, and flurries for the midweek. Just think of yesterday and Saturday, and believe it or not, a reinforcing shot of colder air late week just in time for the first part of the upcoming weekend. It's good to see the sunshine back. That really always lifts the spirits, especially when you've had a couple of cold and dreary days. It's not going to last long. Got a few high, thin clouds here with our Bluegrass Care Navigator Skyview HD camera network. A pleasant 46, which, 4 or 5 days ago, you'd have been like, oh, man, that's just freezing, but it really feels good with the sunshine and the fact that we are a good 10 to 12 degrees milder today than where we were both Saturday and Sunday. It's all thanks to high pressure building in, at least temporarily, but you see a lot of moisture down here across the south central plains. Main area of low pressure on the north side of it, they're going to see some decent snowfall through Oklahoma and up into Kansas, even northwestern Arkansas. Yet again, similar to what happened on Saturday morning, at least late Friday night, Saturday morning. Now, our in-house data here paints everything mainly green coming in here. That's not to say, especially across the northern half of the viewing area, that we couldn't mix a few flakes in early. I think as the day wears on, we head to the upper 30s, more so low 40s, and it will just be a chilly rain. The positive is the fact we'll get a little more water in the ground. We need to chip away at the ongoing drought. Once this clears into Wednesday, another upper level wave with a northwest flow moves in. So that's going to mean clouds. That's going to mean highs in the 30s and a few flurries. And with the clouds kind of socked in like what we had, as mentioned, Saturday and Sunday, at least for part of the day on Thursday, that will hold our temperatures in check. Note the front back to the northwest. It's going to be a dry front. We're not expecting anything in the way of rain or snow out of it, but it will bring a reinforcing shot of colder air. What that means is temperatures could actually head into the upper teens waking up on Saturday morning. Now, looking down the road into Thanksgiving week here, things are starting to trend upwards a little bit, but we're still looking at the below average temperature pattern continuing. Even if we do, say, climb into the upper 40s to around 50, that's still going to be below the curve for this time of the year. So clouds increase, 33. That may be not long after midnight, and then temperatures come up a couple of degrees as the clouds move in. That early mix in chilly showers, 42 in the extended forecast here. You notice the 30s settle in and stick. 19 Saturday morning, and even with some sunshine around, big game with Kentucky and Georgia at Kroger Field Saturday afternoon, 3:30 kickoff. And it's going to be on the chilly side. And, of course, the game will end after dark, so dress accordingly, hopefully back into the low 40s by early next week.
Hopefully. All right, thanks, TG. In consumer news, if you're looking to buy a home now or soon, there's no need to despair despite some tough market conditions. Certainly at the moment, there are challenges for potential home buyers. Top of the list, mortgage rates, now around 7% for a 30-year fixed loan. That's more than 4 points higher than 1 year ago. Home prices are only now beginning to ease off of all-time highs that were hit during the pandemic's height. On top of that, inventory of available homes is still tight. But real estate experts offer this advice for the house hunter. If you can afford to buy now, go ahead and take out a fixed mortgage with the hope that you can refinance at a lower rate in, say, a year or two. Adjustable rate loans also offer a short-term solution with lower rates to start. ARMs in the last year have become more popular. And another tip, if you have more cash on hand, pay more upfront to buy down your mortgage rate. Well, Tesla announced a voluntary recall of more than 40,000 vehicles that could have a power steering issue. The recall involves Model S and Model X vehicles built between 2017 and 2021. Some drivers have reported their electric cars lose power steering on bumpy roads or after hitting a pothole. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration reports the defect does not affect steering control itself. Instead, it means the driver has to use more strength to turn the wheel, especially at lower speeds. The fix involves downloading a software update. No injuries have been reported in connection with that recall. Back in September, though, Tesla recalled more than 1 million vehicles because their automatic windows could pinch fingers. A tech company is breaking some new ground with its displays. Check out the new 12 display from LG Display unveiled this week. It's reportedly the world's first high-resolution stretchable display. The tech is thin and lightweight, can stretch to 14 inches, be extended, folded, rolled, and even twisted without damage. The display uses a micro LED light source that does not distort when the shape changes. LG says it could be used in industries like fashion, transportation, or perhaps gaming because it can easily attach to curved surfaces in items like clothing, furniture, automobiles, and aircraft. About half of the U.S. has high or very high respiratory illness activity amid early flu season. That's according to the CDC. RSV and flu are overwhelming children's hospitals and prompting concern among parents. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more on the warning signs of serious respiratory illness.
Across the U.S., some hospitals filling up as respiratory illnesses continue to spread. But we are seeing high levels of RSV, certainly, and our influenza levels are starting to increase.
While most kids who get sick this season will recover quickly with home care, some young children may need extra care. Mayo Clinic pediatrician Dr. Angela Matkey says whether medical attention is needed depends on three things. First, how your child is breathing.
Are they breathing faster, more shallow, or are they working harder to breathe?
If there are any breathing troubles, seek medical care right away. Matkey says to give your sick child medications to reduce fever, which kind will depend on the age of your baby. She says children who are more comfortable will drink more, which is key to keeping them hydrated.
They may not nurse as much, they may not take as much via bottle when they're sick, but they need to make at least 3 wet diapers in 24 hours.
And finally, Matkey says to pay attention to your child's energy level. If the child is difficult to arouse, seek medical attention right away. And when it comes to flu, she says there's one thing we can control.
So I would strongly encourage parents to, if they haven't already gotten their child's influenza vaccine this year, to get it scheduled as soon as possible.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
In other health news, the updated Moderna COVID-19 vaccine booster used in the U.S. generates significantly higher protection against the 2 Omicron subvariants. That's compared to its earlier booster. The company says that conclusion comes from a study of more than 500 people across all age ranges. The group was vaccinated with an original series of shots, boosted with Moderna's original vaccine, and then boosted months later with a bivalent version. Moderna says all people had a 15-fold increase in Omicron BA4 and BA5 antibody levels compared to pre-booster levels. The CDC says the BA5 strain makes up about 30% of all new COVID infections in the U.S. Earlier this month, Pfizer and BioNTech said study results showed its updated bivalent booster provided a substantially higher immune response as well. Well, monthly visits to gyms from March through August rose more than 18% over 2019. That's according to retail industry data. New memberships have also increased, with sales per square foot at gyms up 34% in August compared to 2021. Planet Fitness, which has more than 2,300 stores, added an impressive 300,000 members in the second quarter of this year. It's a far cry from the peak of the pandemic, when 1/4 of gyms went out of business and entire fitness chains went bankrupt. In fact, after a period of decline, the fitness industry overall is on track to grow over 4% this year. Well, after the break, we'll tell you why Jeff Bezos is giving Dolly Parton $100 million, and also how the country music legend herself is reacting to the news.
A Medicare Advantage plan should come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, it can. Just go to anthem.com/answers or call 855-753-3042 for a free one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,600 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield at 855-753-3042 or visit anthem.com/answers and get a Medicare plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
If you're a Medicare beneficiary and live in the area, call now to see how this little card could get you some big benefits, including up to $900 added back to your Social Security check each year. With one toll-free call, you can find out how easy it is to get all of your original Medicare coverage, plus extra benefits. You get an all-in-one plan designed to fit your needs so you can be your best every day. You could have medical coverage, prescription drugs with $0 generics, dental, vision and hearing, plus the WellCare Visa Flex Card to pay for extra dental, vision, and hearing expenses, money for over-the-counter items, and up to $900 back in your Social Security check each year. And so much more. And here's more good news. You can get a WellCare plan for a $0 monthly premium. How can WellCare offer all of those benefits for a $0 monthly premium? It's simple. Medicare Advantage and Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage are important parts of Medicare. WellCare has a contract with Medicare to offer and provide these important options to you. Call right now to get your free copy of the WellCare All-in-One Guide. Call 1-877-424-5281 now. There is absolutely no obligation for requesting this free information. WellCare offers benefits that go beyond the basics, including up to $900 each year added to your Social Security check to help cover your Part B premium. Call today to get your free copy of the All-in-One Guide with absolutely no obligation. Your free plan guide will provide information to make a smart choice for your Medicare coverage. Just call 1-877-424-5281. Remember, there's no obligation for requesting this free information. So call 1-877-424-5281. Call today. WellCare. Medicare done well.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shock.
Welcome back. Well, the entertainment world has lost a man who helped shape comedy for decades.
Yeah, here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
There are some comedians, such as Jerry Seinfeld, who want nothing more than to interconnect with the audience, the live audience, and do stand-up.
And Bud Friedman made that happen. Friedman founded the Improv Comedy Club in New York and then in Los Angeles, shepherding generations of comics who became household names, from Jay Leno to Rodney Dangerfield to Richard Pryor. The Hollywood Improv says Bud Friedman has died at the age of 90.
May I play with you, monsieur?
Well, I hope this won't be embarrassing for you. Who the hell is that?
That is Kelvin Harrison Jr. in the first trailer for Chevalier, about the son of an African slave and a French plantation owner. The celebrated violinist, composer, and fencer rose to the heights of French society and attracted the attention of Marie Antoinette. The musical drama, inspired by a true story, opens in theaters April 7th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, let's get to those talkers now. A pair of Steve Jobs' old Birkenstocks just sold for an astonishing price.
Yeah, according to Julian's Auctions, the Apple co-founder's beloved brown sandals went for $218,000.
They're dirty.
Yeah, that's a record for the highest price ever paid for a pair of sandals at auction, you think? According to the auction house, the Birkenstocks were a wardrobe staple for Jobs in the 1970s and 80s.
This may be the grossest story we've ever covered. These shoes were saved from the trash by a former house manager. Yeah, to Jobs. Prior to the sale, the auction house described the shoes as, quote, well used, but still intact, with the imprint of Jobs' feet. I don't know.
So who gets does the estate get the money, I guess? Since how does that even work?
Don't know.
It's crazy that he passed away in 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, time goes by so fast. All right, Jeff Bezos is giving Dolly Parton $100 million. The country legend is the latest recipient of Bezos' Courage and Civility Award. Parton is, of course, known for her philanthropy during the COVID-19 pandemic. She donated $1 million to the Vanderbilt University Medical Center's vaccine research efforts used to help fund Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine.
Bezos, the founder and former head of Amazon, has said the prize money has no strings attached. Last year, he said, quote, they can give it all to their own charity or they can share the wealth. It is up to them. Well, Parton tweeting about the news over the weekend, saying, quote, I try to put my money where my heart is. I will do my best to do good things with this money. Thank you. You know she will. In 1988, Parton established the Dollywood Foundation and eventually the Imagination Library. That's a program that helps children all around the world access books.
She's always been good about paying it forward.
She is so wonderful.
It's a nice thing. All right, just in time for Ralphie to tell another Christmas story. His home is up for sale.
Oh, my gosh.
According to the website, ChristmasStoriesHouse.com, the house in Cleveland, Ohio, that served as the main setting for the '83 Christmas classic is going up for sale. Maybe the Bumpus' dogs will still be next door.
And I'm moving in. This is like my dream to own this house. This is one of my favorite movies. The home now gives public tours, and guests can, of course, stay overnight. The real estate company handling the sale posted a listing that shows the house and the museum across the street are, yes, part of that deal. They have not posted a suggested price tag, though, for the less than 1.5 acre property.
Hey, we got a major award coming. Fragile. Must be Italian. Fragile. Must
we need
be
a
Italian.
road trip up there.
I just, you can just watch that over and over again. It never gets old.
Best movie.
Something that is getting old already is this cold. Yeah, sunshine today. Feeling much better out there. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. But unfortunately, we got some chilly rain on the way. Could see a little bit of a mix. And then it does look like we may get socked in again with the cloudiness as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. A few flurries. A front comes in, reinforcing shot of chilly air. Friday, Saturday, yes, 19 on Saturday morning. So game day is going to be a little interesting, not weather-wise, but just being cold.
Oh my gosh, 19 degrees. I'm not ready for this.
No, it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Here comes winter. Thanks for joining us, Lee and Haley.
Kentucky Blood Center knows you bleed blue, and we need you to prove it during the annual Big Blue Crush Blood Battle against Tennessee, November 14th through the 18th. Save lives, get a t-shirt. Go Cats!